Good evening. You're watching Left, Right and Centre. I'm Nidhi Razdan. On the programme tonight, what constitutes sedition? Evidently, drawing cartoons does. As a Mumbai court sends Asim Trivedi to jail till the 24th of this month, we ask whether India's sedition laws should be scrapped. First, though, the day's other headlines. The anti-nuclear plant protests in Kudankulam in Tamil Nadu intensify. One person is killed in police firing. Police tear gas and lathi charge protesting villagers who they say were armed with sticks and attacked them. The villagers say that's not true. They claim that many children have also been injured. Did the Congress in charge of Orissa, Jagdish Tytler, incite violence outside the State Assembly last Thursday? New footage of the Congress party's protest shows Tytler egging on Congress workers to violate prohibitory orders. And the Congress makes its strongest attack yet on the auditor, virtually accusing the CAG of siding with the BJP. And that is the story we're going to begin with tonight. The Congress party, which had lately toned down its attack on the Comptroller and Auditor General, or the CAG, has today made a very strong attack against the auditor, accusing the CAG of having a mindset like that of the BJP.
It's extremely unfortunate that another session of Parliament has been wiped out. Regrettably, in this case, the responsibility is as much of the CNDG as it is of the BJP. Now, the question arises, is the meeting of minds between the CNDG and the BJP merely coincidental, or is there something more to it? And there's a further question which arises. Is the CNDG misusing his constitutional credibility?
Well, Manish Tiwari, the spokesperson of the Congress party who made those remarks today, is joining us tonight. Manish, that's a pretty strong statement that you made today about the CAG, about Vinod Rai. And essentially what you're saying is that, and I'm quoting you here, that is there a meeting of minds between the CAG and the BJP, and is that meeting of minds merely coincidental? Are you saying then that Vinod Rai has links with the BJP?
Essentially, Nidhi, if you would were to hear the briefing in its entirety, I have pointed out to a very disturbing pattern, which has become almost the norm in CNDG reports. There was this 1,76,000 crore presumptive loss figure, which was tossed in the public domain. When the matter went to the Supreme Court, it's a fact that they cancelled the licenses, but they did not, or they chose not to make an observation with regard to the presumptive loss figure. Then you had this report in 2012, 24th of April 2012, which was laid on the floor of the Parliament, which concerned the budget for higher education. And the CNDG came to the conclusion that the Human Resource Development Ministry had not accounted for 1,16,000 crores when the total budget on higher education in 2009 and 2010 was only 16,000 crores. Then on the 31st of August 2012, there was another report of the CNDG which dealt with the Atomic Energy Regulatory Board and said that in case of safety violations by any atomic or nuclear establishment, the AERB, allow me to complete, the AERB can only impose a fine of 500 rupees. Now, Mr. Parthasarthi, who was the former secretary of the AERB, went on record saying that this is a gross misrepresentation of the Act and the CNDG should apologize to the President, should apologize to the Parliament, and should apologize to the people of India. This
but
is
when you say
this
there is
this
a disturbing
this is not
pattern
us
in these
saying it.
reports, are you attributing a political motive to it? You can certainly question the CAG's reports, but it takes it to a different level when you attribute a political motive to him. Are you saying that he's hand in glove with the BJP?
Well, if you were to go into history, Nidhi, and I think you are fairly well conversant with what the history is, you had a situation whereby there was a CNDG report in 1988. The Parliament was paralyzed. The entire environment of the nation was made toxic. And finally, all those findings were struck down by a court of law, by the High Court during the NDA regime in 2004. But in the interim, what happened? The author of that report became a Rajya Sabha MP of the BJP, subsequently became the governor of Karnataka. So therefore, it does raise a very legitimate question, especially if you were to look at some of the minuted phone conversations between a senior leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party, with regard to, a report which had not yet been tabled in 2010. That is this all merely a coincidence?
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.